People posing as eBay customer service reps scammed me out of $1,500. Even someone like me, who in my opinion is a small fish, they're still trying to scam people using my name. Hey everyone, it's Lindey. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another episode of Frequently Asked Fridays. So this is episode number 12 and it's posted on February the 12th. Ooh, spooky. I know, that was totally not planned. Purely coincidental, but still cool nonetheless. Episode 12, today is Friday, February the 12th. I hope you are all having a wonderful day. And if you are brand new to my channel, I will definitely make sure to link the other Frequently Asked Friday videos down in a playlist down in the video description and also pinned to the top pinned comment in the comment section. If you're brand new to this video series, it's my favorite series on my YouTube channel because this Frequently Asked Friday video series is solely dedicated to answering all of your questions and filling these videos with as much information as possible. This video series is posted every other Friday to my YouTube channel, so if you are interested, please do make sure to subscribe and make sure to ring that notification bell. That way you're notified whenever I post a new video. Also, while you're down there, please do make sure to give this video a thumbs up. It lets me know that you like this video series and that you appreciate that I take the time to fill these videos with as much information as I can to help you guys out. But by far the best thing about this video series is my partnership with Wholesale Ninjas, because every single episode Wholesale Ninjas gives away a 100 count liquidation lot to one of my viewers that asks a question. So let me tell you what you need to do in order to win on episode 13. Just ask me a question. Down in the comment section, just leave me 5 question marks and follow that with a question to be featured on the next episode of Frequently Asked Fridays. And in episode 13, just watch to see if the random comment picker picked your question as the winner of the free 100 count lot from Wholesale Ninjas. If you don't know who Wholesale Ninjas is, they are a liquidation company that I personally discovered about a year and a half ago when I was on a mission to find some of the most reputable sources for inventory for my eBay store. A standard Google search led me to their website, and upon looking at it, I was really super intrigued because they were selling a lot of the kind of stuff that I was wanting to source. Because if you've seen any of my other videos, you probably know that I love selling health and beauty merchandise, and that kind of stuff is really hit or miss with a lot of liquidation companies out there. So I'm looking through their website. I was really intrigued at everything that they had, so I ordered some test lots, and I loved what I got so much that I reached out to them. I asked them for a coupon code for my viewers, and we've been partnering together ever since. So I gotta tell you guys, there is a reason why I've partnered with them for almost a year and a half now. It's because they are the most reputable liquidation company that I have ever sourced with. Their merchandise comes impeccably packaged. You would mistake it for wholesale. It's in such good quality. Their supply is also super consistent. The delivery of their merchandise is really, really fast. And they offer a one-of-a-kind pallet breakdown service if you want to buy a pallet from them. If the pallet qualifies for this pallet breakdown service, they actually break down the pallets into smaller, more manageable boxes and deliver those via ground, which is really nice if you're getting started with buying things like pallets, because freight delivery can be really intimidating, very, very expensive to have freight delivery. And Wholesale Ninjas is the only liquidation company out there that I found that offers a pallet breakdown service like this, which makes them, in my eyes, a gem in the liquidation world. Whether you want to buy a small lot all the way up to truckloads, Wholesale Ninjas can literally help you source merchandise for your business no matter what level seller you're at. And of course, I have a coupon code for them. The code is Lindey25. It gets you $25 off of anything on their site. But if you want a chance to win a free 100 count lot from Wholesale Ninjas, just go down in the comment section, ask me a question to be featured on the next episode. And again, thank you Wholesale Ninjas for partnering with me and sponsoring this video series. Now let's get on with all of the questions that I can squeeze into this video that was asked on the last episode. Troy Price asks, juggling home and work responsibilities is tough. Yes, it is. How many nights a week do you have to work or home tasks past 10 or 11 o'clock? None. And this is by design because it was not always this way. When I was first starting to grow my YouTube channel and grow my eBay store, when I was in the growth stages of doing all of this, I would be up until midnight, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning a lot of nights, and that really wasn't good for anybody in my house. It wasn't good for my relationship with my husband. It wasn't good for my emotional state because, you know, just because you're up working late doesn't mean that the kids are gonna sleep any later. I still had to get up early. I still had to get kids off to school because even though I work from home, I still have mom tasks that I have to do. And so that meant I was getting a lot less sleep. My husband was not liking that I was up so late working. And we slowly started to compromise things like I will take 2 nights off and work the other 5 nights like it was a standard job. But honestly, even when I was taking a couple of nights off a week, it wasn't really helping. I was still grouchy all the time. I was still overly tired. And so I decided that if that was how I had to run my business, then that wasn't the kind of business that I wanted to run. And so ever since I made that decision, I do not work past 8 o'clock at night. And most times I don't work after my kids get home from school. So after we've had dinner, after my kids get settled in bed, I do not work past that point unless there's something really, really pressing that I needed to get done, in which case I will make an exception. But I've almost reprogrammed my mind to where I don't work after 8 o'clock, and it has been nothing but beneficial in all ways. I find that I'm more productive during the day because I know that after a certain time I'm not working anymore. I'm not as stressed out or tired. And I understand that some people do have to work late because maybe you have a 9-to-5 job and you're squeezing in reselling on the side. Maybe you're growing a business venture and you aren't able to do it except for those late hours of the night. I mean, I did that, but the difference was it was temporary. I don't think that it's good for anybody to do that long term. I think that it just adds way too much stress. So if you are in the phase where you're having to work late nights like that, I would say just try to make it as temporary as possible because I think long term, it's not going to do anything but add stress. No Name Flipper asks, what is your best advice for a new reselling YouTube channel to gain subs and traction? I think the biggest thing for starting out a YouTube channel is consistency, because YouTube is exactly like every other social media platform, and it's just like eBay. There's an algorithm. So you have to be consistent. You have to post on similar days at similar times. If you show the platform love, you are more likely to get views. It's the same thing with reselling. Also, don't forget that YouTube is a search engine. If you want your videos to be seen on the YouTube platform, you have to make sure that you're utilizing keywords in the title, the description of the video, and the keyword tags inside your video. That means that the things that you're saying in your video needs to match the words that are in your title, that need to match what's in your video description, that needs to match your video tags. YouTube's algorithm is very, very smart, and it's a search engine. So if you want your videos to be seen, you need to utilize keywords. YouTube really does like to promote the newest things on their platform, so that's why consistency is really important. You always want to be putting out more videos, because if you just put out a couple of videos, they're eventually going to get old and newer videos are going to be promoted over those. Now, YouTube could decide to send an old video viral at any time, but there's no guarantee when that could happen. So consistency and putting out frequent content will be your best option at getting visibility on the site. CJ Gramps asks, what kind of profit percentage do you typically end up with from your Wholesale Ninjas lot? Do you double or triple your money, or is it closer to like 50%? Thanks, love your vids. Thank you so much. So not just with Wholesale Ninjas, but any liquidation company out there, about 50% profit is typical. And that's because you really can't guarantee what kind of sellable items you're going to get in liquidation. Because liquidation is liquidation, it's not wholesale. If you're buying merchandise that's wholesale, that means you're getting brand new merchandise that you know is going to be in sellable condition. But liquidation can really be a gamble. I want to say most of the time I will double my money but it's not guaranteed, so it's not something that I expect every time. About 50% is typical in my experience with any liquidation company. So if I spend $1,000 on a liquidation order, I'm expecting to get back roughly $1,500 after shipping and fees and all of that. So about a $500 profit on every $1,000 worth of inventory I buy. Maxine Bellows asks, do you ever miss selling clothes? You guys always want the truth, don't you? Stupid honesty. No, not even the least little bit. Not even a smidge. Not even a smidge. No, I don't miss selling clothing at all. It was just a lot more time consuming to list. Photos took a lot more time. The sell-through rate wasn't as good. So no, I don't miss selling clothing at all. Now, I might miss selling clothing if I actually enjoyed listing clothing, or if I had a reputable source of really high quality clothing items, then maybe I would miss it more, but I don't, so I don't. Denise P asks, hi, Lindey. Hi, Denise. I love your energy and want to thank you for all the knowledge you share. Thank you so much. What keeps you motivated to keep making videos and listing and selling, besides making money, of course? What was your biggest fear when leaving your 9-to-5 to start working on your own? Thanks again. I think I would have had more fear if I actually liked working a 9-to-5, but I don't, so I wasn't really very fearful. Every job I've ever had, I was always looking for the next opportunity. I just didn't like working for other people. I knew that I had this entrepreneurial spirit. I loved the idea of making my own money. I loved feeling like I was the one in control of my paycheck. And so the idea of being an entrepreneur and leaving a 9-to-5 and running my own business was very, very attractive to me, and it was something that I was excited about. So I really didn't have a lot of fear when I left my regular job in order to work for myself full time. Now, I will admit that it's also not as scary because I am married and my husband brings in enough to pay the bills, although now I'm the breadwinner. It's funny how things flop like that, but I felt a little bit more comfortable starting a home business venture to work for myself versus work for someone else, because I did know that we had the safety net of my husband making money. I would probably be a lot less inclined to just drop a 9-to-5 job and start working for myself without creating a regular income for myself. Like, for instance, if I was a single parent or if I was the breadwinner, I wouldn't just drop my 9-to-5 job and jump into being an entrepreneur without having residual income from my home business. You know, I would want to make sure that the money I was bringing in from my business would be enough to sustain my bills before letting go of a 9-to-5 job. So let me first make sure to put that out there. If you're looking to switch from your 9-to-5 to, you know, fully supporting yourself with your home business, you want to make sure that you have a consistent income from that before you leave your 9-to-5 job. You should not just, you know, jump ship and cross your fingers and hope that everything's all going to work out. That's not the responsible thing to do. Although fear is a great motivator, don't get me wrong. If you know you have to make money, then you're probably going to work harder at making that money. But you should always make sure that you have residual income before you leave your job. So there was that, you know, safety net a little bit, but I always knew that I wanted to run my own business. I love the idea of making my own money. And the thing that motivates me to keep it up, aside from, you know, needing to make money, is feeling grateful every day that this is my job. I mean, this is amazing. Like, being able to have merchandise delivered to my house and list it online and ship it to buyers and have profits and make YouTube videos and do affiliate marketing and do all of these things that bring in my paycheck every single month. I'm so incredibly just grateful every day. And rather than waking up to go to a job where I say to myself, ugh, I've got to go to work today, I wake up and I say to myself, this is my job. this is for real. This is amazing. And it's those kind of things and having that kind of gratitude for the business that I've built for myself is what keeps me motivated to keep doing it day after day and have zero desire to go work for anybody else ever again. Belinda Sevilles asks, hi Lindey. Hi Belinda. My question is, if you are sourcing merchandise from garage and estate sales without receipts on items purchased to sell online, how do you account for the out-of-pocket money spent for tax purposes? So there are little receipt books that you can just buy at Walmart. They're in the office supply section where you would buy like the garage sale stickers and things like that. There's little receipt books. They're very, very generic. If you purchase things from a yard sale and you're just using cash, just on one of the receipts, just write yourself a receipt. Write, you know, maybe the street or the address that you stopped at. Write a general, just whatever of what you bought and the dollar amount. Just write it on there, tear it off, and really that's all you need for cash purchases for cost of goods in your records. MLA Creations asks, free shipping, free return. How often do you end up losing money on a return? I have had one that I did lose money. I had to refund the buyer, which included original shipping, and then also pay for the return label. So yes, I do free shipping and free returns. That's a choice that I have decided to make. And really, I didn't see any increase in my return rate once I started doing free shipping. I actually just talked about this in Monday's live stream video. I think my total return rate was what? 0.47%. It wasn't even 0.5% currently. And I do think that return rates vary depending on the category that you're selling in. I really don't think that having free returns automatically means that you have to get more returns. I really don't think it matters in the long run unless you're selling something like clothing. I do think if you're selling clothing and you offer free returns, your return rate might end up going up because people might be more inclined to buy something not necessarily knowing if it's going to fit or not. And then they get it, they try it on, they're like, oh, they offer free returns, I'll just send it back because it doesn't fit. I think that that's more likely to happen, but every other category, I don't really think that there was, you know, an increase in returns. But I only sell in a few different categories, so let me know down in the comments. Did you notice an increase if you do free returns? Did you notice an increase in your return rate when you started doing free returns? Let me know in the comments, but I personally didn't experience that. And yes, it is completely normal to lose money because of it. It's just something that should be considered a cost of doing business. But I will tell you this, even if you don't offer free returns, if a buyer opens a return as an item not as described, you as the seller will have to pay the return label, even if you don't offer free returns. So if this happens and you do end up losing money on a listing because someone had to, you know, get you to pay the return label, just consider that a cost of doing business. And that is, you know, that's pretty typical when you sell online. Things like that happen. Jose B asks, are you getting bombarded with missing specifics on your listings? Required soon, and so on and on and on. I understand the new ones, but I get that even with old listings that I never did before. Yes, so I believe it's February 22nd, and I need to get on that myself. I have hundreds of listings that need to be adjusted. But no, it's not just new listings, it's all of your listings. There are certain item specifics that eBay is requiring that you have adjusted as being required that wasn't required before. It just happens when eBay updates their back end because they want to make a better shopping experience for the buyer. They require you to add some item specifics in order to either add items to the new eBay product catalog. If eBay is changing the shopping experience for the buyer in any way, you as the seller need to go in and update those requirements within your listing in order for eBay buyers to find your items. Now, if you choose not to update those when that switch happens, I think February 22nd, Your listings might not be found in search by buyers, so it would be in your best interest to go ahead and go change those as soon as possible. This is me talking to myself too, because I need to go do it because I've been putting it off because I don't want to do it. But this is not the first time this has happened. We've had to go in and adjust item specifics before because of updates, but what I will say is this: consider it an opportunity to bring some traffic to your eBay store, because every time I've ever had to go in and update listings to have, item specifics be fixed because of eBay's back end, it's always an opportunity to get some traffic on your items, because any adjustments that you make in edit form could potentially give your item a better search boost. The last time I had to go in and make a whole bunch of these item specific adjustments, I saw a sale increase because I was going around tinkering inside of my listings, which gave me better search placement. So look at that as an upside to having to go do all of this extra work. You might end up getting some more sales in result of it. Jeff asks, do you use GSP for all of your listings? So if you're unfamiliar with GSP, it is the eBay Global Shipping Program. And the answer is yes, I do, because here's the deal with the eBay Global Shipping Program. It doesn't cost you as the seller anything additional in order to have your items qualify for the Global Shipping Program. I did a video all about the eBay Global Shipping Program. I will link it down in the video description, also pin it to the top pinned comment in the comment section. All of the information that I reference in this video will be pinned in the top pinned comment, also in the video description for you to reference. But I did a video talking all about the eBay Global Shipping Program. It doesn't cost you as the seller anything. Even if you want to ship internationally directly, you can still enroll your item in the eBay Global Shipping Program, and it will give the buyer the option whether or not they want to use the Global Shipping Program or they would rather have you ship that to them directly. And what's nice about the eBay Global Shipping Program is that eBay covers you the entire way. All you have to do is get your item to Kentucky, and then eBay has full responsibility of the item after that, so if anything goes wrong, eBay will protect you. Versus if you just ship internationally directly, then you as the seller have to foot the bill if something goes wrong. So yes, I will go ahead and enroll every item that I can in the eBay Global Shipping Program, because if there is an item that is prohibited, it's eBay's responsibility to exclude it. So I don't necessarily worry about accidentally enrolling an item in the Global Shipping Program that might be prohibited to go to that country, and it's on eBay at that point. So if an item goes to that country that's prohibited and it gets seized at customs, eBay will compensate the buyer and you get to keep the money. So I just go ahead and enroll everything in the Global Shipping Program. Patsy McGrew asks, thank you so much for your videos and the spreadsheets you created. Just found you today. So much helpful info. Thank you so much, Patsy, and welcome to the community. As an individual hobbyist, will I be able to continue for a while on the eBay PayPal platform, or will I have to go to managed payments? So eventually, all sellers are going to have to enroll in eBay Managed Payments, and eBay will tell you when your time has come. But for now, just enjoy being a part of eBay and PayPal and just continue on. And as soon as eBay says it's your time, then you will enroll in Managed Payments. But honestly, a lot of sellers have this big issue with eBay Managed Payments, and I don't understand why there's such a huge issue with Managed Payments. eBay is not doing anything different from any of the other online platforms that are out there. They're doing the exact same thing that Mercari does. They're doing the exact same thing that Poshmark does, the exact same thing that Amazon does. Every online selling platform basically has their own payment processing, and that's just what eBay is doing. I think that it's just this fear of change. A lot of sellers have been on eBay for many, many years. They're used to having it a certain way, and now suddenly eBay is changing it to their own managed payment system. But I've been on it for what? August, September, October, 6-7 months now, and I don't have any issues with it. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so this one is not a question, but I wanted to point it out just as a warning to everyone. So John Stewart says, people posing as eBay customer service reps scammed me out of $1,500 using eBay gift cards. How they took over when all I did was call the number on eBay's website, I don't know. I was trying to resolve a bad transaction with an eBay seller. They told me I had to buy a gift card, so they would credit my refund money to do it. Old guy, can't believe I fell for it. So this I wanted to make sure to bring up, not just because of eBay, but of all websites right now. You guys, scammers are out in full force. It is ridiculous. If you ever get an email or what looks to be an email from eBay, PayPal, Amazon, any platform that you might sell on or have any business with, your own bank even, if you get an email from your bank, if they want you to click on anything or call a number in order to resolve an issue, you guys, that is grounds for a major red flag. Be cautious of everything. Question everything. Do not call random numbers that are emailed to you. And if anybody asks you to do anything with gift cards, that is the biggest red flag of them all. I wanted to make sure to bring this up because I know people have been approached by like the Small Business Administration. People have been approached by their banks. Scammers are out in full force right now because they are trying to take advantage of people when they are in need, which there's a lot of people in need right now. I know that I've brought this up to you guys before, but there is several accounts that have completely copied my YouTube channel, taken my photograph, and they are going through my comment section, replying to all of you guys, replying to my viewers, trying to get you to contact my WhatsApp number. They're trying to tell you what cryptocurrency to invest in. Even someone like me, who in my opinion is a small fish, they're still trying to scam people using my name. And it really pisses me off because they're using my persona, they're using who I am to try to scam my viewers into thinking that I am sending you somewhere or I am getting you to text or call a number. So please be aware that there is scammers out in full force right now. Be super leery of anything. Don't trust anything right now, you guys. It's really disgusting that the world has come to this. I get calls on a daily basis of someone trying to get me to give them a social security number or click this link to log into your bank account to adjust your social security number. It's obscene. So be cautious of everything and be suspicious every single email that you get, for serious. And John, I am so sorry that that happened to you. There might be a way that you can report this scam. If anybody out there has any helpful information, please put it down in the comment section so that we can, have a place to report these scams as they happen. Joshua Harrison asks, I'm part of a Facebook reseller group and a question came about shipping first class. There were mixed answers on this post, so I thought that I would ask you. If someone has a package that weighs 3 ounces, so it's in the 4-ounce tier, and they write 2 ounces, does that matter since everything in the 0 to 4 ounces the same rate? I always round up, but was just curious if it mattered. So I should probably tell you, yes, it matters to make sure that you have the correct the correct ounces on the label, but I honestly don't think it matters because you're right. All 0 to 4 ounces all ships at one rate. So whether it says 2 ounces, 3 ounces, or 4 ounces, there's not going to be any additional charge if you have the incorrect ounce on the shipping label, so I wouldn't be concerned about it, but I do always round everything up. Even if it's 2 ounces, I will still say 4 ounces on the label just to be sure, but even if the number on the label is incorrect, it's not going to add any amount of money, so it's kind of irrelevant. So, but yeah, you're on it, you're right. Rhonda Kelly asks, I'm a new reseller and was planning on waiting to sell on eBay and Amazon and just use Facebook Marketplace. I live in a fairly large metro area and I was wondering if I'm crazy for selling personal care items and makeup locally. Any advice is appreciated. No, you're not crazy at all. My local buyers love buying health and beauty stuff from me. I will do boxes of mixed cosmetics and I will sell it to people. I will do mix lots of things like a couple of different shampoos, couple of different conditioner, maybe some body wash, some bar soap, some shave cream, and people will snatch it up like that. In the other town that I used to live in, that's what I became known for. People would come to my yard sales and my pop-up sales knowing that they were going to be doing all of their personal care shopping with me. And they loved it and they appreciated it because they knew that they were getting the stuff from me at a fraction of the price that they would pay at the grocery store. And every single person that ever bought from me told me how grateful they were that I was giving them the opportunity to buy that kind of stuff so cheap. You know, I'll sell a box of personal care items for $20 when they know that they would have paid $40 or $50 at Walmart for it. And I guess that would be my tip for you, is to do box lots versus just selling single items on Facebook Marketplace, because you need to give someone the incentive to, you know, get out of their house and come and pick it up. You know, someone is not going to want to drag their butt out of their house to pick up a shampoo and conditioner set for $3. You're going to want to put like a box together containing 2 months worth of merchandise for $20. Someone's gonna be more inclined to wanna snatch that up and buy it from you. Same thing with cosmetics, like a big box of mixed cosmetics, someone is more inclined to buy multiples at a higher dollar amount versus coming all the way out to buy 1 or 2 things for a couple bucks. You know, before the COVID pandemic, I was also doing pop-up sales where I would just have boxes or items on shelves and I would just promote like a 2-hour sale on a Saturday afternoon using Facebook Marketplace, and people would come shop the shelves in my garage and they would just clear me out. You could also try something like that if you have a lot of merchandise. But if it's just a few stragglers here and there that you've gotten from liquidation, then I would just recommend putting boxes together and selling them for $20, $25 in one fell swoop on Facebook Marketplace. Kendra Green asks, I recently had a case opened against me for an item not as described for color. Ew. The shipping was paid for by the buyer and I have 30-day returns the buyer pays. She wants a refund including shipping costs. If she paid for shipping and wants to return, do I have to pay the return shipping and or refund her the shipping that she paid to receive the item? So if she opened an item not as described, you as the seller do have to pay for the return label. But if she paid shipping to get the item to her in the first place, you do not have to refund that. Now she's gonna fight it. She's probably gonna kick and scream and throw a hissy fit. She might even file an extra claim with eBay to try to get that part of her money back. But you are not obligated to return it to her. Now, if you did free shipping, then yes, you would have to give her all of the money that she paid you because you gave her free shipping. She did not pay extra for the shipping label. But if you charge shipping to her and she paid shipping in addition to the item, you are not obligated to refund her that. But you do need to pay for the shipping label in order to get the return back if she filed the return as an item not as described. If she would have just returned it because she didn't like it, then she would be paying for the shipping label since you have buyer paid return shipping. But because it's an item not as described, you as a seller do have to pay for that, but you do not need to refund her for her original shipping charge, unless eBay makes you. I haven't had this happen to me in a really long time, so I'm not exactly sure how eBay policy has changed, but I've been doing free shipping and free returns for so long, I'm not exactly sure how this works. eBay might make you return her original shipping now. I'm not sure just because it's an item not as described, but as far as I know, you don't need to refund that. Noki Evans asks, why did you stop selling on Amazon? So I get a lot of questions about Amazon because I used to talk about Amazon when I first got started selling on Amazon a couple of years ago, and then I just stopped talking about it. There's a few different reasons for this. I've honestly been contemplating putting out an entire video discussing this because it's a question that I get a lot. I get, you know, are you still selling on Amazon? Why did you stop selling on Amazon? Why don't you list this on Amazon? Why do you list it on eBay instead? Lots and lots of questions. So the long and short of it is, most of the items that I choose to source and the way that I source them I cannot sell those kind of items on Amazon, which is why I don't talk about it. So Amazon is a site that prefers sellers to sell basically brand new distributor merchandise on their platform. They don't like liquidation because there's no way to authenticate that the item is real. They don't necessarily want you selling returns. They want you to sell brand new merchandise. And because 98% of the stuff that I get for resale comes from liquidation, I don't want to get in trouble with Amazon for selling that kind of merchandise on their platform. Not only that, but a lot of the kind of merchandise that I like to sell now is prohibited on Amazon unless you're able to get ungated, which you can only get ungated if you have a distributor invoice, which you don't when you buy liquidation. See how all of this just like falls right into place with why I don't ever talk about Amazon anymore. So not only am I sourcing merchandise in a way that Amazon does not like, but the kind of merchandise is usually prohibited or restricted unless I become ungated on the Amazon platform. And you can't become ungated on Amazon without a distributor invoice. And all I have are liquidation invoices, which are prohibited on the Amazon platform. So it's just a recipe for, it's just not gonna work. So eBay is where I sell most of my merchandise now. I also don't like to talk about selling on Amazon because I feel like Amazon can be a very, very tricky platform. And I don't wanna be responsible for giving misinformation about Amazon and having your accounts get in trouble because you listened to something that I said and I might have been misinformed. You see, eBay is a lot kinder of a platform. eBay is more inclined to just like slap you on the wrist if you make a mistake, whereas Amazon will completely suspend your account, freeze all of your assets and your inventory, and then you can be really royally screwed over if you mess up. So because the stakes are so high with Amazon, I just prefer not to give any public advice about Amazon because I don't want to be held responsible if something goes bad. Alicia Cosenza asks, "Hi Lindey." Hi Alicia. "Love your videos. Thank you so much. You've helped me so much." I'm so happy to help. "My question is, have you ever wanted to swipe your store clean and start over?" Girl, I have. So as I know you heard me mention in the beginning of this video, I used to sell clothing and I completely wiped my store clean and started from scratch with health and beauty. I literally boxed up all of the clothing that I had. I sent it in to swap.com consignment so that they could just sell it off and deposit me, you know, a little bit of royalty fees for selling my merchandise. And I started my store over from scratch, mostly because I was getting new merchandise in and I needed the storage space. I couldn't just wait for all of these clothing items to sell because it was taking up so much room in my storage. And as I mentioned, clothing had a really low sell-through rate. At least the kind of clothing items that I was trying to sell had a really slow sell-through rate. And I didn't want to just wait for everything to sell eventually and then just slowly mix in, you know, the beauty items that I wanted to sell. I wanted a clean sweep. I wanted to just get rid of all of it and start over from scratch. So that's exactly what I did. Now, if that's something that you're considering doing, do keep in mind that it is a shock to the eBay system. eBay is kind of going to go a little crazy in the back end trying to figure out what you're doing because you go from selling one kind of merchandise to selling a completely different kind of merchandise, and it might, you know, cause your sales to dip a little bit. The eBay algorithm's got to kind of recalibrate everything that's going on in your back end. Because if you do any sort of crazy adjustment in your eBay store, there's going to be a lag. You're going to see a dip in sales. You know, if you go from charging shipping to free shipping or free shipping to charge shipping, or if you change categories in a really drastic way like that, then you're going to kind of shock the system a little bit. But I prepared for that. I knew it was going to happen and I wanted to start fresh. And I have to tell you, starting fresh like that with like a clean sweep of my eBay store, it got me so pumped and so excited to list on eBay again. It was the best thing I ever did for my eBay store. Candy H asks, "Hi again." Hi, Candy. Simple question this time. I'm here for it. What size box do you order to fit in flat rates? If you answer this, thanks. So I consider this my claim to fame in the eBay shipping YouTube space, and that is my use of the 1096L priority boxes inside of flat rate envelopes to help you save on shipping costs. So to answer your question, Candy, the box is called a 1096L. Is this the right way? L. Yes, it's this way. 1096L box. So I'm not sure of the dimensions off the top of my head, but if you go to USPS.com and you search in the free priority shipping supplies, it will clearly say that the box is a priority box size 1096L. That is the box that fits inside of the regular flat rate envelopes, and that's the one that you guys always see me use in every single shipping video that I do. All right, is everybody ready to find out who our 12th winner is? Drum roll, please. The winner chosen by random comment selection is Rachel B. Rachel, I have already replied to your comment. Just get with me and I will make sure that you get your free lot from Wholesale Ninjas. So Rachel asks, hi Lindey, hi Rachel, and congratulations. Thanks for all you share, it's so helpful. Thank you so much for watching. I am curious what you use to keep track of mileage. I know you don't go out as much as you used to. Yeah. When you were thrifting in the past, but I'm wondering if you use MileIQ or any similar apps to help keep track. Thanks again. So yes, I have used MileIQ and it is amazing. Now MileIQ is not a free app. So I think you get to use MileIQ for free for maybe 30 trips or something. But if you're using it like every day to do lots of different things, if you drive a lot, you're gonna use up the 30 trips really fast. So I think it's $5.99 or $6.99 for MileIQ. And if you do a lot of driving for your business, it is definitely worth it. Because what ends up happening with MileIQ, if you're unfamiliar, is anytime you have your phone with you, if you get in the car, it registers that a vehicle trip has started and it will track your mileage from the time you start driving to the time you stop, and then you start driving again, and then you stop, and then you start driving again, and then you stop. And then what happens is you go into the MileIQ app and you swipe either left or right, depending on if it's a personal trip or a business trip, which makes it really easy to categorize your trips. So if you're just running to the grocery store for your family, you just swipe this way for personal, but if you're driving to the post office or to a thrift store, you swipe this way and it's business. And it keeps track very detailed for taxes, which is fantastic, which we're, you know, in the heart of tax season right now. So if you are still trying to get everything together for your taxes, make sure that you're keeping track of mileage if you haven't been, because if you keep track of your mileage, it gives you an amazing deduction to go against all of your profits to lower your earned income. And that means that you pay less in taxes. So make sure you're keeping track of your mileage. Now, you don't need to use an app like MileIQ in order to track your mileage. You know, I don't use it anymore because I don't really travel anywhere anymore. I have packages picked up by my postman on my doorstep. I have merchandise delivered to my house for listing on eBay. My kids ride the bus to school. Like, I don't leave my house anymore. Like, I'm here all the time. But when I was doing a lot of driving, MileIQ was fantastic for that. But if you don't have MileIQ, it's no big deal. Just make sure that you are, you know, either writing down your mileage, a rough estimate, maybe in a notepad in your phone, or if you keep a notepad in your car, just keep track of your mileage because it adds up and it could be a really great deduction when it comes to your taxes to lower your earned income, which means you pay less in taxes. So make sure you're keeping track of your mileage if you haven't been. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video and videos like it, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. That way I know it. Don't forget to leave your question down in the comment section to enter to win a free lot from Wholesale Ninjas on episode number 13, which will be posted on Friday, February 26th. I had to look at my calendar. I don't know when my own episodes are posted anymore. Again, if you want to try a lot at Wholesale Ninjas, just use code Lindey25 to get you $25 off of anything on their site. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already and ring that notification bell. That way you're notified whenever I post a new video. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you guys with my next video. Bye-bye.